I'm not just. It's not, you say I can. Well, I am. I've hit record.
All right, good. Screaming at me,
Oh,
fucking bellowing. Let me record. And
just
I'm like,
let me record.
yeah, dude. I've been recording for the last 5 minutes.
You
But
just
you can
said
get that on
to
the
me.
Patreon.
You just said before. You just said before we're recorded. My burp sounded like one of your granddad's farts, and then you went on to say that when your granddad sounds overweight when he farts. So
He is overweight and he sounds it. Yeah.
What do you mean he is overweight and he sounds it?
Yeah, I want to know if it's a thing. Like, is this like, I
So
don't
what
know.
are you saying? Are your ears telling the truth?
Yeah, your ears don't lie to you, dude. Neither
Yeah.
do people's ass. Like people's asses don't lie to them, dude. If you're overweight and you fart, it's
So
gonna
what
sound
does
like
an overweight fart sound like?
rah, 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 rah.
Yeah, like there's a lot of fucking cushion that it's passing on the way out.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to go through fucking, like, it's at the top floor and it's got to get through like all the floors, go down the
Like,
hall.
is that a good attempt or not?
Pardon?
Was that a good attempt?
I couldn't hear it very well, dude.
Dude, I've just come from Smithy's and he's just made spag bol. If you could add an ingredient into a spaghetti bolognese and make it 10 times nicer, which is
mushroom.
No, it's already got mushrooms in.
Okay.
Another
it's got mushroom. It's got mushroom. It's got red onion.
No, it's got everything a spag bol would have in. So this is an ingredient completely out the ordinary. Like I got to his and he goes, "I'm going to put this in my spag bol and it makes it well nicer." And we added this ingredient and it was fucking much nicer.
And I've got to guess, yeah?
You've got to guess. Like
not shower.
You'll never guess it, and we can't go any further until you do guess it.
All right, okay. But
no, you've got 3 guesses. We'll go.
Okay, are you using the word? You already said shower gel. We're gonna use that or not? Let's not use that one.
I
was trying to think outside the box.
I can narrow
head
it
and shoulders. He's like, I'm just gonna add this head and shoulders. Can you maybe not put head and shoulders in my bit, in my portion?
Or imagine if the secret ingredient was just you take off one of the socks that you've been wearing all day, soak it under the sink, under the water, and then you just wring it out and over the dish to give it like a cheesy essence.
Right, so not shower gel.
It wasn't shower gel, and it wasn't sweaty foot water.
Right, no sweaty foot.
I know.
What on earth could it be?
I tell you what, it's meat. It's another meat. How about
it's another meat sauce. Duck? That's elegant.
No, that's fucking ridiculous.
I like that one. Shower gel? Nope. Next guess.
Yeah.
You're like, ring that sock?
I love how your next guess after shower gel was duck. Aromatic by any chance? Like what goes on in your head to have come up with shower gel and then duck?
Not a lot, dude. Honest to God, not a lot.
Literally, right? Smith is going to be listening to this fucking tomorrow, whenever he's going to be cleaning one of the windows, and he's going to be looking up at the window, cleaning it, just smirking, listening to this, because he's going to be thinking, he's just going to be thinking, fucking hell, that's the most ridiculous fucking thing you could have come out with of any guess.
All right, so this see, I wanted to say pineapple, but you said meat. Yeah, meat.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't say something like coconut meat, because that's a curveball.
Yeah. I'm gonna just tell you.
Oh, chorizo.
What?
Chorizo.
Yes.
Yeah! Oh, ding ding ding.
Greenwald, hit the light, flick it quick. How the fuck did you get that?
Light switch on the wall. Flick it.
Flick it quick. How did you actually guess that?
I have chorizo every day. Swear to God, dude. Look, so yesterday I had brown bread, brown bread toast, avocado, fried halloumi and chorizo, and boiled eggs. Today, and I took the photo because I sent it to my girlfriend because I was
Let's
real
just
proud
have
of
it
it.
right. The Smithy's secret ingredient is something you eat every day. You have an abundance of chorizo.
Yep. That's what I had taken, ready, just taken today at 17:34. Yeah.
Dude, just, you know, like you say, you have chorizo every day. I just imagine that you've got this fucking bit of string dangling from like your ceiling, and it's just got a bunch of chorizo attached to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It used to
Like a bunch of bananas, like it's an exotic fruit, but really it's just dry cured meat.
like where I haven't moved on. You know, chew
Like
the fat.
the inside of your van absolutely stinks of just chorizo because you're eating a lot of it, so your farts are smelling of it. You even sweat smelling of it, and you happen to have your van's surrounded in it. Like someone comes in your van and goes to sit down on your bed, and they just sit on it, and you're thinking it's the pillow, but your pillow's actually stuffed with chorizo. You didn't have nowhere.
Like I get a flat tire and the guy changing the tires, like there's no inner tube, there's just chorizo in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to pump air in, but there seems to be something else inside the tires, and I can't work out what it is. And you're like, oh well, yeah, it's chorizo.
He's casual about it, so he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get this air in, but I'm having real trouble with the chorizo.
Yeah,
it's normal for him. I'm this chorizo is a problem, and I'm like, oh, I just call someone else. Yeah, this guy's not fucking cutting it.
So Smithy really enjoyed the fact that the other day when we were saying that we should say bye to our listeners, and you said see you later, Smithy, because we know he listens every time. So maybe that's something we should do. Try and engage whoever's going to be listening to it. Try and speak directly to our listeners.
Yeah, if you've listened
What's your message to Smithy right now?
Hang on, if you do listen to this, comment on YouTube or anything like that, comment on it and we'll read it and then we'll do a bit on it, or we'll fucking talk about you and we'll make shit up about you. Positive. Bring good fortune.
You were scratching your armpit then.
Dude, I always do it. This is how I relax myself. I just play with my nipples to relax myself.
What's your message to
Smithy? Fuck Facebook. White power. Stay golden, pony boy.
And keep those windows ever clean. May your glass
I want to know if Smithy knows this. And I'll say it wrong because Lottie always corrects me. Sheng Fu. It's like so the room has like I think it's Japan believes that energy flows through a room, and like every house has like free flowing energy, and you can have your room put in a certain way so there's energy. And they believe that the windows have to be clean because the windows are the eyes of the house, like the eyes to the soul. It's like shout out to Smithy.
I highly doubt one of Smithy's marketing techniques is to offer clients a nice Sheng Wu or whatever it's called.
So like his selling point could be like, in order to actually just make shit up, just be like, there's a curse on your window. Do you want me to clean it off? I'll have to clean it off every 4 weeks. It keeps coming back, but the cold water gets rid of it gets rid of the possession in the window.
Like something really cheesy, like your window's got something on them. What's that? My eyes.
My eyes and my heart.
Yeah.
Let me clean for you.
And then the customer's like goes to say like, oh no, well, we don't need him cleaning today, and he just goes shh. Just go.
His finger's a little bit low down, and it actually puts a little bit of his finger in the guy's mouth.
Yeah, like you get a bit too high and it goes up a nostril.
Dude, you were saying today about like when you tattoo, in life, and let's talk about that, dude. because I found that real interesting when we were talking about the ability to focus.
Yeah, basically, what I was saying to you is, when you're tattooing, and I can compare it to, there'll be a lot of jobs that are similar, but because it's massively engaging your brain, and you sort of like, it's definitely a concentration task. Like, I finish some days tattooing and I'm genuinely fucked, and I'll have only done like a 6-hour tattoo, maybe a 7-hour tattoo, but there's prep work involved in that, and it's very much like it's a mentally draining exercise. Like, it's almost like, say like a builder, for example, will do a long day at work, and then at the end of the day his muscles are sore and he thinks, fucking hell, I'm physically drained. And then you can have an office worker that can sit at a desk all day, and they'll be just as tired, but in a different way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think this will directly affect positively affect your ability to focus on tasks to completion because of it.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're doing, isn't it? It's that focus muscle every single day that you're honing in on. You're building that part of your brain up, that focus muscle, being able to do that.
So you think the connection between having quite an intense concentration job role, and being able to focus on one task at a time, do you think it's a transferable skill kind of thing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think you're building it. You're building that part of you up, aren't you? Your ability to just focus without being distracted. As I said it, you looked away. Brilliant. As I said, distracted, you looked away.
I know, and you know what I was looking at?
What?
My melon medley from earlier.
Your melon medley.
Melon medley. I've got a pot of melon that I didn't finish before when I was at the shop, and for some reason you were saying about I have this intense focus, and my eyes drifted off over. My eyes just wandered over to the melon medley.
Brilliant timing. It's just a mashup.
Yeah, like I'm looking over at the melon, like looking at how juicy it is, and like my mouth's really dry and stuff, and I'm just trying to concentrate.
Dude, old people are my favorite people to smile at. Today I was walking.
And they're your favorite type of farts to listen to, or is that overweight people?
Overweight people got the best farts. Yeah. Yeah. That's what, like.
I just love the observation that you said that you can tell someone's overweight by the sound of the fart.
It's a super dude. It's a like, it's a blessing and a curse and whatnot. Like,
like almost the fart sometimes can sound underwater when it's not underwater.
Yeah. Oh, fucking
lean back, dude. I'm trying to suss. Is that an octopus on your t-shirt? Nice. Octopussy.
Octopoo-poo. Octopoo-poo.
How was your nap before?
No, I didn't do it. I did have a shit.
Masturbated instead.
No, I cleaned actually, and I did some DIY.
Nice. What would you get the trits or out your tires?
Yeah, fucking every day I do that. It's like,
you did some DIY. And you've just built a little cabinet made completely out of chorizo. Patched it together with cocktail sticks.
I've got I built solar panels on the roof, and like there's cocktail sausages, not cocktail sausage, chorizo sausage like around it. So what I've done is I've like the solar panels are in it and like melted and mashed into the fucking side of the chorizo.
Yeah, like you've got like a foil sheet that's fucking bringing in the sun's rays, but it's just like wrapped up in chorizo. The heat's making that stink even more.
Dude, what is this, mate? What is this? I was chatting to my client about it today, who's an NLP guy. He's like it's so the NLP is like the everybody like,
explain what NLP is, just in case anyone doesn't know what it is, because I always forget what it is, mate. It's to do with, is it to do with your mind?
yeah, it is. And like what's crazy is I don't have the grasp on it, but it's from my learning and my my classwork with it is it's the study of the subjective mind and the subjective experience. So essentially what you're doing is you look at like human behaviors and whatnot, and you study that and put it into and categorize it, and then it's very good for strategy and business. Like it's very good for that, and like almost overcoming obstacles and perhaps limited beliefs. And it could be used in ways like, let's say somebody has a dream or a goal or a desire, but then you can find that they are unconsciously sabotaging themselves for some reason, like for whatever reason it may be. And I said to him today, I said, what's this thing? Because I noticed yesterday, and I noticed it yesterday, and then I kind of was like, oh yeah, that's a thing where when people say to you like, oh, what are you up to today, or you know, what are your plans, there can be behind that like question, for some reason, like a lot of people, me especially, I feel like I have to provide them with work ethic, and like, you know what I mean, like when people say like, and then I've noticed it with colleagues and stuff, where someone will start in the morning at 6 a.m. and then at like 1 p.m. they'll be going, and then like you can just be like, you can be like, oh, see you later, and they go, oh, I'm back later, and like there's this sudden, like it's in all of us to be like, oh, I'm not done yet, I'm still working, I'm still going to do more work. Do you know what I mean? And I wondered what that was about. I'm intrigued to get what, and this dude said that it was, well, he said it could be something to do with like the prime directive of the unconscious mind is always wanting more. It's always like desiring more. So it could come from that, like an unconscious thing.
I love how you're looking over to your left down, and you've got some notes, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, I said I was bringing it today.
Stepping it up.
Hey, yo, number 2. Hey!
You've got some notes, and I've got a spilt beer. That's where
I've got notes, and you've got a wet lack. Yeah, dude.
I've got cash. Like I just pull out some actual money notes.
Please do that at some point.
I've got notes with the Queen's head on them. They tell me a lot.
Please pull out lots of cash.
I just threw that tissue at a bin that was closed.
Swish.
There was no way of that ever happening.
Nothing but that.
So when someone asks you what you're doing with your day, is your response ever nothing really? Like just a conversation killer?
Nope.
You always actually seek to give them an answer.
Yeah, and since doing this podcast as well.
Technically never nothing, is there? Like if I rang you and said, what you up to? And you said nothing, but you were sat in your van, then you're still doing something, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting down and you're in your van. That's a task in itself. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you ever get to nothing? Like it doesn't exist, does it? Everything's a thing. Everything happens.
It paused. It's dude, it paused. Or the signal went.
The signal. Remember that the
other day? Yeah.
No, we were saying like technically, can you ever say you're doing nothing? Like you always are doing something, aren't you? Like even if you lay in bed and you say, "Oh no, I'm not doing nothing really," do you know what I mean? You're still doing something. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, and then like the complexities of like what your heart's doing, your blood pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, like all the cells in your body, they're all like marching around and being like, "Oh, we gotta go over here. Oh, we gotta do this. We gotta get rid of this cell over here. It's dead. Let's boot it out. Oh, what are my mitochondria?"
You have an empty fruit bag.
I do. Yep.
I like how you didn't look across directly at the fruit bag. You looked at it on the screen, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Well observed.
I like that.
Well observed, young man.
Look across at it.
What huh?
Look directly at the fruit bag. I want you to know what you've done. I want you to reflect on what you've done.
I took the apples out, dude. I got apples in there in the cupboard.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
Did you take them out to see if I'd notice?
No, I just
And I
took them
passed.
out.
Did you take them out to see if I'd noticed and I'd passed the test?
Hey, you got the job.
Yeah,
Dude, we're gonna have to dish out so many fucking jobs, aren't we?
I know.
So fucking
I'm thinking about hiring a bodyguard soon just to fend off the fans that turn up at the shop.
it would, yeah, it'd be wise. It'd be wise to, at this stage to get
to
some
fend,
fucking...
I'm hiring a bodyguard to fend off Smithy. He's become a big fan. Like he's like becomes our groupie.
Yeah. And like no matter where you are, he's just trying to clean something that's see-through. So he's like, whether he's trying to clean like the windows in your car or he's trying to clean your contact lenses, he's just trying to clean things.
Yeah, I go to take a sip of my beer. I go to take a sip of my beer, and he stood like 20 feet away with his pole stretched really far out. The brush is just going on. Like, fucking hell, Smithy, put your pole away. Just have a beer.
Oh, dude. Hey, get this, man. So this morning, what's the story behind this? This morning, my girlfriend and I were cleaning the flat, and there was a bit of eggshell on the toilet, like on the rim of the toilet. There was a bit of eggshell.
Imagine if it's come out your ass.
That's what I thought, dude. I was like,
oh, what if the eggshell was attached to your finger from you making eggs, and then you've gone to the toilet, and then it's fell off your finger and landed on the toilet.
I think the only logical explanation behind this is that I'm fucking laying eggs, dude.
Yeah.
But like, what a thing! Like, I just seen it. I was like,
you have like,
looks like an eggshell. Oh, it is an eggshell.
Oh, you go to the toilet and you've had eggs that morning, and you look in the toilet after you've had your poo, and there's just a fried egg just bobbing about on the water.
every time I go to shit, it's a different fucking egg dish.
Yeah,
a different way of making eggs.
It's still got like a perfectly cooked runny yolk because of like your body temperature. It's like cooked the white but kept the yolk running.
Shit out of fucking eggs Benedict with like spinach and hollandaise sauce.
Yeah. You're lactose intolerant, but you like somehow managed to have dairy in your fucking shit.
Would you ever drink milk from the udder?
What, would I have to put my mouth on the udder?
Yeah, you got to put your mouth on the udder. You got to put your mouth on the udder and jerk it.
I'd have to.
If you have to.
I'd have to be extremely thirsty. Like I'd have to have been in the desert for days and then just stumble upon this cow with juicy udders and think, fucking hell, I've got no other choice.
All right, but what about if it was a cow and all you had with you and you've been craving it for a long time was Nesquik milkshake powder?
What?
You have like a little glass and you've got chocolate Nesquik powder, and then you've got the cow as well, so you've got all the ingredients and you've been craving it for a while, 3 days to be precise. Because surely if you were like craving, like thirsty, if you were like if you like needed to quench your thirst, and you just you get a straw and like slurp, like you drink from the cow's mouth, like all of its saliva. That'll suck its udder off.
I'll lick the tears from the cow. Lick the tears from the cow's eyes to get some hydration.
Have you seen a cow's tongue, dude? They're black.
Are they?
Yeah.
No way, like your microphone.
Yeah, it's like a cow's tongue. This is the cow's tongue edition, actually.
Black edition.
What
else was we on about before? Because we were talking about like work. Regardless of what work you do, it can tire you in a different way, can't it? Like whether it's physical, mental, or whether sometimes work can be tiring just from the sheer boredom of it. Have you ever had a boring job and just been knackered from it because it's boring? Like being bored requires energy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It fucking
like, I
does.
think one of the most unmotivating things for me is boredom. So like that's one way I've always been struggled to be money motivated is when I'm set off at a boring task. Like if I'm doing a job role and it's proper boring, like I couldn't look past the boredom and think, oh well, I'm just doing it for the money. Do you know what I mean? And I've said time and time again, one thing that I firmly believe and I do stand by is work takes up too much of your time in your life to not be fun. Like, I'm not saying you have to have the most exciting job in the world, but you must get some fun from work. Whether you work at a shit job, but you like the people, or do you know what I mean? Where you get on with your work colleagues or whatever, there has to be something beneficial in terms of there has to be some enjoyment to be had at work, don't you think?
Yeah, you have to trust yourself as well. Like it's not that easy to make the leap if you're in a job and you've been in that job like 4 or 5 years and it's just become habit or whatever it may be and you're unhappy. You have to trust almost it's calculated risk, but it is also, so it's like figuring out what you want to do, or even just for that time. It doesn't have to, because I struggle with the whole, what is my one true calling purpose? And I don't think there is. I used to, and I've struggled, and I've really like toiled.
What if it's
with
grow the longest mustache in the UK?
Well, that was my one purpose. That
was your purpose.
Yeah, and the reason why it's so difficult to do as well is because my hairs grow at an insanely slow rate. So I've got to live to 130 in order to do it.
Yeah. In order to get the Guinness World Record.
Yeah. And then like when they interview me, I just look like a turtle. I'm there, I'm in a little shell, and they're like, what's he doing? And they're like, oh, he's got to live to 130. So he's trying to like he's trying to use up his minimal energy, and he's gonna try and like
like you no longer eat, you just fed nutrients intravenously.
Tube. Yeah, exactly.
And like,
but guess what?
You won't risk finding anything funny because laughing requires energy. So you avoid anything that's hilarious, and you just like living this like really.
I listen to our podcasts.
Yeah. Touche. Cheers.
Hey.
Yeah, you want to avoid ever laughing, so you put this podcast on repeat.
Yeah. It was interesting that we checked ourselves and we realized that we're both good human beings that deep down, because I said to you and you said the exact same to me back. Like I said, dude, when we listen back, when I hear me, I'm like, shut your fucking mouth, dude. And then I said, but while I'll hear you and I'll say like, oh, I'll laugh at a few things that you'll come out with.
You can't enjoy your own content, can you? Like I can't listen back to our podcast and find things I'm saying good, because that would then suggest that you quite in a way quite fucking full of yourself, wouldn't it? If I listened back to the podcast and said fucking hell, oh dude, I was listening to the podcast last night, it was well good when I said this, you'd be like, fucking hell.
Like you, dude, like you're like you take over the editing of like, and you start uploading or you're doing like clips on YouTube, but all of the clips are like 98% of it's just what you're saying, and I'm like and I send you a clip of like mainly my bit, and then you've just got a bit in the middle where you kind of like laugh about what I say, and then you just cut it down so it's just you laughing.
Yeah.
Just a 2
I
second.
I edit down the clip, so every time you speak, I cut that bit out, so it's just my responses.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, just your responses. So the whole thing doesn't make sense. The whole thing goes 7, I think. Oh, really? That's a bit harsh.
yeah.
No, I didn't. No, I did. Chorizo. Kanishiwa.
Chorizo salad.
7 in Botswana.
Dude, I find it weird that you eat chorizo every day.
I don't eat chorizo every day. I had it yesterday and I had it today, and I'll probably eat it. I won't when it's gone, because I'm aware of the fact that it's not good for you. When it's gone, I'll have it as a treat, you know. So when it's gone, I won't buy it for a couple of weeks and then I'll have it again. So I've got it on. I've got it under control, Paul.
Yeah.
Control.
I'm really starting to worry about Fordy's chorizo habit. Like, imagine if I got that concerned, like I reach out to your girlfriend behind your back and I'm just saying, and I'm like, can I just ask you a question? How does Lee seem at the moment? Like, how does he seem? Does he seem okay in himself? And she's like, I think so. Why? And you're like, oh, nothing. It's nothing. And it's just all to do with the fact that I feel like you're eating too much chorizo. You know, like it's a slippery slope. Like you start off, you're eating a bit of chorizo every day. Next minute, you're fucking taking heroin, gambling away all your inheritance, and drinking every single day. And it started with, they called chorizo a gateway drug.
Yeah.
People tend to start fucking having a little slice of chorizo. They think they're not doing any harm. Like, fucking hell, it's only full of saturated fats. Next thing, it's class A's. Class A's this, yeah. Class A's that. Jesus hit me with a wiffle ball bat.
Everybody, and like it's all pig related as well. So like all my problems are pig related. So it's like I'm covered in tattoos, but all my tattoos are pig related, and like I can't get a job anymore because I've got like pig teardrops. And then I'm gambling on pigs. I've got like bandana and I'm riding them naked. I go out for like a family meal with my girlfriend. I ruin the meal because I end up like the pig, they have like a pig roast and I end up like doing something wild with it.
You develop like a really bad cannabis habit and you douse in your Rizzler and bacon grease before you make your joints. And it's just like got this weird flavor, you know, like these people, weed comes in all different flavors, and it's just like you've got the pig variety. Do you know how you're supposed to pour a wine, dude?
No, I don't know. Do you?
You're meant to put your thumb in that hole in the bottom. Can you see the hole in the bottom?
Yeah. Hang on, wait there.
Put your thumb in it.
Yeah.
And then to pour it like that.
I was making like weird, because you said find the hole, so I started going like making weird noises.
Pour it like that. Apparently, if you pour it like that, because you've got more control of the bottle.
I spilt it.
Yeah, clearly showing you've got less control.
I actually did. I actually fucking spilt it.
That's quite an impressive wine glass. Like the Goblet of Fire. I am tempted to come down there and stick Harry's name in it.
What? What do you mean, Harry? Who's Harry?
Harry Potter joke, because then it's like the Goblet of Fire.
Oh, okay.
Do you get the reference, yes or no? Does it need explaining?
No, I don't watch Harry Potter. I don't know it. Dude, but it did make me laugh the other day when we were talking about putting like if a man murders someone, being like talking about it as men, and you saying it's like if the murderer is a Harry Potter fan. We just burned like, you know, everybody. Yeah. That made me laugh. I enjoyed that.
I am funny. There's no question about it. I'm just self-indulgent. I do make myself laugh above most of all. I make myself laugh. I sit in a room at home just with, I've got many mirrors. So I've got mirrors spread around the room at home, and they're all at the right sort of distances. So it projects. So I can see myself at every angle. and I just effectively like put on a show for myself.
Yeah, and the mirrors have like playback TV in them, so like you'll do like 4 minutes and then you'll watch it back.
Yeah.
But then you'll record yourself watching yourself back, so you can watch that back.
Yeah.
And it's just one gigantic fucking human centipede of watchbacks.
Becomes a time loop, like Groundhog Day.
I actually watched that film for the first time the other day.
I
enjoyed it. It was a good film.
It's old as fuck though, isn't it? I struggle with old films sometimes. It depends. Like,
you know what, maybe
an old film's got to be brilliant for you to overlook how bad the picture quality and the graphics are, aren't they? Like some old films are brilliant, but they've got to be a really good film for you to think, fuck it, I'm going to watch this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you don't want to be watching like some giant squid fucking premise film, like from the 80s, 70s, 60s.
I feel like this.
What was funny about Groundhog Day though was my stepbro put it on. He'd seen it and I was like, oh, this is cool. I've not seen this before. And I don't know, like a little bit into the film, I was like, he just kept, so essentially, spoiler alert, even though it's been out like fucking what, like 30 years. Yeah, like
I know if you can't spoil a film 30 years later, then what can you do? We've got no freedom anymore.
Yeah, people like outraged and just like
that's like fucking. That's like if someone eats at a restaurant and like the waiter comes over and goes to take the plate away, but there's a really small amount of gravy left on the plate that the customer hasn't eaten, and the customer just kicks right off and like, I've not finished with that. Why are you taking it away? Do you know what I mean? I was going to eat that. Like they're planning to just wipe the plate with a finger and suck off the gravy.
Yeah,
and
like in the gravy.
The waiter thinks, fucking hell, what can I do?
Yeah. What, like there's a bit of broccoli, like when the broccoli stems, like they've got mini trees and then they got like even the tinier ones. But we started watching. Yeah, broccoli pip. Oh, those famous broccoli pips. Oh, I can't get enough of them. Yeah, have you tried the crisps version where they put chili flakes over it? Delicious. I was watching the film Groundhog Day, and I just kind of like me and my bro just getting high, and I just real nonchalantly said like, because what happens is he lives the day and then he comes back the next day and he just keeps doing it and he's kind of immortal and that's his whole thing. And there's and like straight away
he repeats the same day over and over again. And I know I know what it is because that's where the expression comes from.
Groundhog Day comes from, yeah.
Groundhog Day. So I've never seen the film, but I get what it's about.
Yeah, and so he so there's this girl in it, and then I said to my stepbrother, I was like, what if the whole fucking film is like he just has to fuck her, and then he fucks her, and then all of a sudden he's like, boom, he fucking starts living different or dies, and then my brother was like, I think that's actually it, and I was like, what, fuck off, and it was just like all he had to do is like kiss her or something and then go to bed with her, and then he wakes up with her the next day and it's like, what the fuck? And like, yeah, it's normal again. Life's normal after that.
What causes it to happen? Like what makes
blue balls?
What?
The medical term is blue balls. The girl gives him blue balls. He's hitting on her and it's not working.
What's
so basically blue balls where blue balls is just where like fucking, I don't know, if you're with a girl or you've got a girlfriend, and you're not having sex or you're not, do you know what I mean? She's giving you blue balls or she's leading you on, but then she's like,
they lead you. I've never heard the term before.
Blue balls, really?
I've heard of purple balls. Am I allowed to check? Is it allowed to be a different colour? Why blue? Why not mahogany balls?
Mahogany balls. I guess because it's like, I guess it's like frozen, isn't it? Like frozen balls. I don't know. Hey, dude, what's green and fluffy?
Homo's next roll up.
What? That's brown, isn't it? And also, I love when you say homo because everyone thinks you're just being homophobic and whatnot.
We've got a friend, We've got a friend who's
Robert Homans.
So homo.
No, what's green and fluffy?
The Incredible Hulk.
Fluff. What's blue and fluffy?
More fluff.
Green fluff holding its breath.
Don't get it.
Because you turn blue when you hold your breath. So I guess that's where it comes from. Like you turn, well, even though you don't turn blue, do you? You turn white. I should say what's white and fluffy, and then say
Why
green
fluffy
fluff.
though?
I think that's just like the just.
So it's weird and random.
Yeah, it's just the whole fucking joke, the silliness of it, isn't it? Like, what's green and fluffy? You actually try and think something and it's green fluff.
Yeah. Like what's
You're enjoying this one, aren't you, Paul?
like what's big and round, and you're like, fuck knows, and it's just a circle.
my grandpa's ass.
What's big and round? I don't know. A big round circle.
Yeah, what's big and square?
God knows. A rectangle.
Right, let's have a look at my notes, dude, so we can talk about some shit. Oh, Conor McGregor's been arrested again.
What for this time?
You know about this? So he got arrested for urinating into a frog's mouth in Croatia.
Imagine if this for some reason this got back to him and he actually got you done for slander.
Yeah, like fucking.
You got
like fucking every fucking podcast before gets like 4 views, and then this one's got like 44 million.
Yeah, and you just like you get contacted personally by his lawyer telling you you've got a lawsuit. Get ready for court.
Because he's just got this serious problem about me talking about like urinating in frogs' mouths. Like he's got some past where he's done charity works with frogs, where he goes around like he like wakes up, trains, rests, trains, deals with frogs, and like releases like tadpoles and stuff, and gets them caught out of like, I don't know, they get caught in like fucking nets or something somehow, and then he releases them, then he goes back to training again.
Or you find out like he's had quite a traumatic experience as a kid, falling into a river and getting covered in frog spawn. And
yeah, or he fell into a river and was saved by a frog, or saved by an army of frogs. What's it called when there's a load of frogs? I want to know what the word is for a load of frogs, dude. Also, let's get fucking wavy. What would it be called? A group of frogs. What is a group of
herd of frogs? Imagine if it was a
herd.
What they call what
It's an army. Yes, I said army. I was way too proud to get that right.
What made you purchase an octopus t-shirt? It's fucking weird, dude. You sat there with a mustache and an octopus t-shirt. Like I'm basically in a tracksuit. I've fucking got shorts on. I've got an Under Armour jacket on, and you're sat there.
Hair, new hair.
Yeah,
just about.
And you're sat there with a mustache and a fucking octopus t-shirt on. That's why I love you. That's why I chose you for this podcast, even though you chose me.
That's why I chose. I tell you why I chose you. I chose you because of your sheer positivity. You got this ability to fucking shine.
A new hair.
This ability to just shine and keep shining, Paul.
Yeah, my ability to grow a better hairline as I get older, miraculously. It's completely
Yeah, like your family talking about you losing your hairline, and then you just show up to like the next party with hair down here.
Yeah, like my fringe is so low down, people are mistaking it for a mustache. Like, that's a nice mustache, Paul. No, it's my fringe. It's
just... growing your fringe into your eyelashes.
Tell me what you're doing tomorrow, and I want to know at what point you're eating chorizo. You're not allowed to say nothing because we've established that nothing doesn't exist.
Yeah,
everything's a thing. Nothing happens.
Okie dokie, dude. So I'm gonna wake up. Bada bing, bat boom. I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m.
Do you wake up with an erection?
Yes, dude. Yes.
So you wake up in your van with a moustache and an octopus t-shirt and an erection.
Yeah, wear this to bed. And an erection. Yeah, no pants. No pants, dude, because I don't give a fuck about
Dude,
murder.
I want you to sleep tonight with no pants on, but keep on the octopus t-shirt.
Yeah.
So
And
that you
put some,
wake up with the octopus t-shirt and an erection in bed.
Yeah, an erection tucked into the bottom of the so like one of the tentacles that's going down is like punching out.
Yeah, or where say the tentacles coming off the octopus and it's curling round, and you've made a little tear in the fabric of the t-shirt, right in the bit where the you see where I'm
There's just
going.
an eye. Yeah, just an eye
like,
creeping through.
And then your erection's poking through, and it's just like it's being held by the octopus at ransom. Like it wants some money out of you for it.
Yeah, the fucking want some walking around money, dude. You remember? Do you remember when Snapchat?
Gator don't take no shit.
Gator ain't never been about no shit. You
But
know,
no,
do you remember when Snapchat?
Jokes aside, I actually like the t-shirt. That's why I keep mentioning it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Octopuses are fucking mad as fuck, aren't they? Have you ever watched a program on them?
Yes, my octopus friend, dude. That's a tearjerker. Have you seen that on Netflix? My octopus friend.
Is that where that fucking guy keeps going down and
Yeah, dude.
seeing an octopus?
Yeah.
At first, it starts following him, doesn't it? And then eventually, it's like fucking attached to him, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, like his hands and shit, and he's like, oh, extend his hand out, and it's riding on his hands and whatnot, and doing like moonwalk.
They're meant to be incredibly intelligent, aren't they? I do think they're weird as fuck, but they're obviously very smart, aren't they?
Yeah, they hold their like brain cells in their tentacles or something.
As well as your penis.
More random octopus facts. yeah. As well as my whispering eye.
Yeah, I love it when a joke can be layered.
Like, yeah, same.
The octopus has got its brain cell in one tentacle, your penis in another, and then the third one, it's just, in another one, it's just clutching some of your chorizo that it found lying around. I nearly said lying around your apartment, like not lying around.
And then in the other one, it's being your bodyguard and protecting you from Smithy, from cleaning everything. So it's like in the other one, and the other one, it's got window cleaning products that it's taken. That it's like what's the word now? What's the word for taken? Restrict. Fuck. What's the word?
Confiscated.
Confiscated. Yeah, from Smithy.
Yeah. Hey,
dude, remember when you? Hey, go on, mate.
And now it said, "Hey, Smithy."
Hey, remember when you sent me a Snapchat?
Clean the window, Smithy. You know what's mad is I know whenever Smithy listens to this, he's working. So whenever we do a podcast from now on, I'm just always going to make some kind of reference to Smithy's windows because he's always going to be cleaning a window while we listen.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice. And he's our first dedicated listener, from what I can gather.
Yeah, he is.
So that's cool. Hey, do you remember when you sent me a Snapchat of your penis and then you were like, and you were making it talk with your Japs eye, you were squeezing it, like you had like the end of one Japs eye and the top of the other Japs eye, and you were squeezing it and you were going 40 and talking to me. Remember that?
Yeah. Was it massive or?
I this is my reaction. Aww. Aww.
I actually got caught masturbating in jail, and
did you, dude? I've not heard this one, dude. Dude, I reckon this. Right, this actually what happened is you were in jail and you were like, right, what can I do? And you were like, oh, it's kind of hot the last time I got caught masturbating by Rob.
Do you know what's hilarious? You've got a little window. You've got a little window on the outside of your cell door, and it's like a flap, and they can open the flap, and it just reveals a little window for the officers to look in your cell. And you know what was brilliant? I'd shut my cell door, but not even locked it. But then I'd covered that window so I could fucking masturbate. But not, so I'd covered the flap up, but then not even locked the door. And I was just going for it. The guy coming.
The headphones in. Wait. Headphones in.
No, I don't have headphones in jail. What do you think it is?
No.
And then the guy,
No, TVs and shit. In like
the guy who come in and caught me. You know what he said?
Go on.
He was an older lad, and you know what he said? He went, "My little lad's got one of them." Cheeky bastard.
Yeah, dude, like they were like the fucking army sayings, weren't they? Like when you were going for a piss, it was like, hey look, it's a cock but smaller, and things like that. Oh, hey look, it's a penis but smaller. And yeah, and my kid's got one of them. Yeah, good ones.
Yeah, so you've heard it before, so you're familiar.
Yeah, they're good, man.
I'm gonna wrap up in a sec.
Nah, dude, no way.
We've
got shit to cover, dude.
Right, well, let me pause for a wee.
All right, dude. I'm.
and we have resumed. Resume.
We're never live, dude. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna wrap up there, and I'm like, no, man, come on, man. It's only 1 a.m. and it's like a Thursday. It's only 1 a.m., dude, and I'm just getting crunk. Like, no, dude, come on.
Stop being tired.
What are you talking about?
It's fucking 4 a.m. It's not like you've got work tomorrow.
Have you had any crack yet? You've not even touched your crack. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Completely out of your mind. What? Go through your last few notes. I respect the fact you've made some notes. You're more prepared than I am. I like that.
Well, yeah, because when I did I did the podcast, I told you, didn't I? I did one by myself, and I wrote words. I just wrote words, and I thought what I'll do, how I managed to get myself to just talk and go with it, was I was like, right, sit here for 100 fucking hours and just talk, and you'll get 7 minutes worth of good stuff out of it, I'm sure. And it went all right, actually. I quite enjoyed it, and that's the way I did it. And I think that was pretty good, just to write like words, and then those words kind of just like elicit some ideas and whatnot, and like things I want to talk about. But I did 30 minutes, and I might upload it, dude. I want you to listen to it. I might upload it so you can listen to it. Because I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed going on the fucking ride. Because dude, this is just a stream of consciousness, isn't it? When you think about it, when you do these podcasts, you're kind of not relying on anything, but you're certainly like, in order for it to be a good podcast, or good in loose terms, it's when you and I both relax and just let go. You know what I mean?
Well, I think one thing I do certainly think is if anyone is listening, like if anyone does start listening to what you're saying and start to get a feel for how you are as a person, then they're going to pick up on vibes, aren't they? If you've got more energy and you're more enthusiastic, then that's gonna resonate better with someone rather than coming across like you can't be arsed, or do you know what I mean? So it's the same in any situation, isn't it? Like people tend to read like vibes and energies off each other, don't they? Like you can sense, can't you, when someone's up for it, or do you know what I mean? So I think that matters, definitely. Like it plays a part, doesn't it?
Yeah, like the way you were talking earlier on, dude, you were like unapologetically positive towards your actions, and like you were like, nah, fuck that, dude, I'll never talk about.
You know what is funny? As you saying that, then this would be funny listening back to that when you said unapologetically. What did you say? Unapologetically something.
Unapologetically positive towards yourself.
Yeah, so as you said that, it proper slowed down on the screen and it went unapologetically positive.
Nah, dude. Fuck. But yeah, so when you said like, oh nah, dude, fuck that, I'd never talk like this on the pod, and I was like, that's a good way to fucking talk. Like, I'd want to listen to that. I guess it's easy for me to listen to because I know who you are, I know you, and I know, like, so yeah, sure. If you were listening to, if you were just like if you were to listen to a random person that you didn't know and they were like that way towards himself, you might be a bit up himself. But I don't know, dude. I think the way you were coming across, because I know you and I know what you're like. I know you're still obviously like, you're curious, you're a student, you're hungry, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so
And humble. So
one thing I think you do, especially like we're recording ourselves and putting it out there. I think we don't really hold back, but at the same time,
oh, dude, don't hold back. I'm still haunted by the fact that I joked around and said white power earlier on. I'm still like, oh, fucking hell. But it's like, obviously I'm joking and shit, but like, I fucking, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
but
that's not holding
we
back.
don't hold back, but at the same time, you've got to maintain a level of respect, haven't you? Because if you're putting a video out there, it's got to be, everything that's being said's got to be okay, hasn't it? Like you couldn't get really fucking, you couldn't get really fucking dark and out there with it because it'd be controversial, wouldn't it? So you do.
Yeah.
It's almost the same with us speaking on it. It's similar to when you meet a new girl and you start seeing a new girl and you go around to meet her parents for the first time. Like you're gonna be yourself and you're gonna act how you act, but you're not gonna be your full self because you're gonna obviously maintain a level of respect, aren't you? You're gonna think, right, well, it's the first time I'm meeting a mum and dad. I couldn't fucking get in there and start coming out with mad jokes and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's on some level, it's kind of like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
man.
you're aware that people are going to see it. So,
like, if I was to ever write a self-help book, dude, it would have like a quote from me that would be like, how you act when you're trying to get fucking like laid and shit. Like, try and work towards that. Try and work towards that fucking potential, because that kind of potential is a strong potential, isn't it, to be at?
what, as in like presenting the best version of yourself, but all the time, kind of thing.
Yeah, so like try and work on being towards. Obviously, I'm also careful about like talking too positively, because I also do believe in like life is a bit cyclical in nature. There's a cycle going on. Like, you got the spring, you got the different seasons. You also have that with like your energy system. Like
Yeah,
you're not always going to feel, if you have a year, you're not always. And there's personality types as well. A personality type A or red is, for the color, is going to be one of those people that can just fucking get up and get after it a great deal easier.
yeah,
Just on to the next one. And so I'm like careful, because I do believe in like, yeah, the seasons and whatnot, and so be positive, and also you're gonna have moments where you like knuckle down, and do you know what I mean, and you grind.
yeah. What I think's important is just to kind of work on yourself and just do your own thing. Do like what I've always noticed, and I've experienced this, like especially if say you're wanting to get with a new girlfriend and you're thinking like, fucking hell, how am I going to meet a decent girl who suits me? And if you're going out looking for one, you're never going to find one. And what will happen is if you just live your life and go about your day and do things that suit your personality, do things you enjoy, go places you like, do those things, and sooner or later you're going to bump into someone on the pursuit of the things that you like to do, and hopefully meet a like-minded person. And you're more likely to meet someone when you don't expect it. So I think that one thing that I'm kind of figuring out, and obviously it's like, this isn't me saying I know anything, but I tend to think that if you just go after things that are like working on yourself and going after things that you then go to places you like, do things you like to do, then good things are more likely to come from that pursuit, rather than directly pursuing, like say for example you were single and you wanted to get with a girl, if you just kept going to these different clubs and stuff and thought, right, I'm going to go and see if I can pull different girls, and do you know what I mean? You're probably less likely to meet a decent girl doing that than you would just going to places that bring you satisfaction and doing things you like to do. Then you'd meet someone by complete chance along that path, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like the reversal of perspective, isn't it? Like, to be selfish is normally like a bad trait, and I think it is a bad trait in certain circumstances. But if you're single, to be selfish is what it's a fucking bout, because you need to be working on yourself, and you need to be getting all your cuts and all your, you know, from your like your childhood trauma and little traumas that happen, and these things that are like ingrained in you, like to work through that and to deal with that shit, so that fucking you can be secure with someone, you can trust and be present. And so yeah, that's certainly like, that's important, isn't it? And you're right, dude. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. I yeah, when you're pursuing like positive, when you're working positively on yourself, you're going to cross paths with someone else that's working positively on themselves, like by chance, by circumstance as well, aren't you? Whereas if you're just getting fucked up, then that's not necessarily the case.
Well, as well, like what I also meant, and the other point I was trying to like sort of get across there was, if you meet someone that when you're pursuing a certain goal or a certain task that you enjoy to do, then you're in your environment there, aren't you? So if you meet someone else that's in your environment, where somewhere you go, then that's a positive, because that means you share an environment with that person before you've even met them. Do you know what I mean?
And it's an environment that you're more than likely going to want to go back to.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing it, yeah.
That's probably a good note for us to leave on there. A little bit deep towards the end.
Yeah.
We've had the silly octopus t-shirt and then got deep at the end. I can deal with that. 2 bears. Conor McGregor arrested again. Nice bit of clickbait. Bye, Smithy. Fuck Facebook.
Dude, yeah. Have you like, yeah, to leave it on that is, yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? So get yourself in more environments you enjoy. So I discovered that real recently with this whole like mind to body thing. Like, if you are thinking positive, you ensure that your actions and whatnot are aligned with it. I've really been like going deep on that, and really, rather than just hearing it and being like, oh yeah, I've been like experimenting with it and whatnot. And I think, yeah, so you're right. And that environment comes with it, doesn't it? I think that's like almost like you can marry those two up together. The whole like think this way and act it. Pardon?
Just saying now, obviously we've agreed to chat tonight, but this was kind of like just for us to have a little beer together, and we'll be putting one out on Monday again. We're going to do it every Monday from now on, aren't we? So just think, one thing we have sort of said as like, because one thing we have done with each other, which has been good, and we've said it off the podcast together, that we've turned up every time. So
wore a horse outfit together.
Yeah, we've turned up. So we're at a point now where we've done a few, so we know we can stick it out. So it does make sense to have a set day for it, and that's just in case we do develop any like a bunch of people that always listen, then they just know that every Monday night there'll be a new episode. So that's kind of how it's going to be from now on. And if we do anything extra, we'll just put it out there. But there's no sort of there's no definite structure to it. But that just adds a bit more. That adds a bit of certainty to it, doesn't it? Without us having to give out loads of information and say, "Oh, well, we're going to do this then," or do you know what I mean?
Oh, dude, that's another like philosophy I'm thinking of. Like, now is the balance between structure, discipline, and spontaneity. Yeah. Just starting to sound like a fucking rap album.
Yeah.
Philosophy between good and evil.
I'd just like to thank God for getting me here. Like to thank sweet baby Jesus.
£8, sweet £8 newborn baby infant Jesus. So cute and humble in your approach.
Right, dude. Let's end
But yeah,
this.
that's dude. So
Stop carrying it on.
dude, well, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I
Feel
don't know
like
what
you're
you're
being
talking
a
about. It's Thursday night. I don't know what you're talking about.
you're being a clingy girlfriend now. Like,
I
you know
literally
what I
had an
mean? Like, I
idea in my
just
mind
need to
about 5 minutes ago. I was like, let's see how long I can keep him on here for. Yeah.
It's
No,
like my flight's any minute. Like I'm literally in Terminal 3, getting on, I'm boarding the plane, and you're like still fucking making me stay on here. I'm like carrying
yeah.
my laptop. I'm like, dude, I've got to go. Like I'm literally flying at any minute.
Yeah, and I'm getting you, and I'm getting you to help me fucking with a crossword, with a word search or something, or a crossword. Yeah, I'm just like, dude, just real quickly, eight down.
I'm after a 6-letter down.
Where would you be flying to? Where do you want to go? Where's your first flight?
Croatia.
I went Croatia. I went Split. Been there. It's really good, and it's fucking.
Stop carrying it.
I'm gonna talk about it, dude. I enjoyed it. I want to talk about my holidays. It's Thursday night.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
What?
Like fucking, like I'm on a nightclub and I'm in the smoking area and I don't even smoke, and I'm in the smoking area and you've asked me to come out for a cig with you, and I'm trying to go back in for it because it's freezing, and you're just chewing my ear off, and you're like, no, just let me talk to you for fingers. I went on this holiday, and then you're like, yeah, I'll see you in there in a minute. I'm gonna go and get a drink. No, wait a minute. You know what I mean?
Thinking of the Ministry of Sound, dude. The guy at Ministry of Sound who we witnessed had the slowest blink. Yeah, the slowest wink, wasn't that? In like ever fucking. And it was a magical moment when both of us to be like, we both realized we witnessed this like uncat. Dude, I've never seen an ability to wink slowly but so wide-eyed. This guy was in.
It was impressive. I think that's the first time he ever experienced slow motion.
Yeah, in real life, real time, slowly. And he was on performance enhancement drugs because he was on fucking MDMA, wasn't he? And that's a performance enhancement drug to the slow wink.
As much as we want to laugh at him, I'm sure he had a great night.
Yeah, he definitely did.
I'm sure
there's no doubt about it.
I'm sure he told a few people that he loves them and it's the best night he's ever had. And then also did that wink. Right, for the third time I'm going. See, Smithy?
Love you all.
That's gonna become a little fucking bit on this show.
Yeah.
We're gonna make Smithy live on every episode.
Yeah, I think that's like a.
We just craft like an imaginary life for Smithy to start taking all different directions.
Every podcast. All right, I'm writing down my podcast notes. See, this is what it's about. Every podcast, we give Smithy a different job, a different experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smithy gets a new life in every podcast.
Right, Smithy. Clean that window. Goodbye.
Are you still recording, dude?
Yeah.
I thought we were done.
No.
Dude, I thought we were doing planning for the next episode.
No. Do you know what? I could have got you then. I should have said, yeah, I've stopped recording ages ago. And then just just aim to get something really sinister out here.
Yeah.
Like,
go on.
Like fucking, do you ever watch midget porn? Just like,
Dude,
you reveal like a dirty secret of yours.
My entire demeanor, you're like, yeah, it's off. And then I'm just like this. Oh, fuck. No, I'm just like, yeah.
So
Are you
watch
bite?
midget
Are you
porn.
bite on your toenails?
Like that, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm like this, I'm like this. Oh, thank fuck. Hey, dude, you watch midget porn, right? Hey, Paul.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna stop recording. Peace.
I love you all.